Hey there, this is Flip-The-Husky here. I finally got a chance to interview a certain somebody who goes by the name of Cyberhound. Maybe you know him, maybe you don't. I'm going to be interviewing about his latest album, Roommates. So if you'll bear with me one moment, I gotta set my camera a little bit. Zoom in here so you can actually physically see him. We'll be talking via Skype if you don't know already. Okay, so here we go. Hey there. Good. Good to finally to Skype and do this little interview with you.
Yeah, I've just been busy around the studio.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So I heard you're coming out with a new album called Roommates.
Yeah.
Would you like to tell us about it? A little bit about it?
Well, it's based around the comic Warming Up to Roommates by Silas, of course, and I've been reading the comic ever since part one has come out, and it's really amazing, and I wanted to always make like kind of like a music album based around that, and so I just gathered my people in the studio and just like said, hey, let's just do this, and they just all agreed, and we just fucking did it.
That sounds awesome. Awesome. So who's this Slyest character you were talking about?
This character is the artist of the comic who made it, who created it, and he's a really cool guy. Once you get to know about him and what he does for a living, just be careful when you go on his fur affinity because he has a bunch of porn.
Ah, have you ever met the stylist?
I messed no, what's funny is that I sent him a message about a week into production of the album, and I said, "Hey, I'm making this album based around your comic," and he never got back to me, and I don't really care if he does or not, because this album has gotten people hyped for weeks now.
I've been kind of following it. It's got me hyped. So, if you met Silas, what would you ask or tell him?
I would say like what made you kind of make the comic, because that's like kind of my question, because it's based around college life, but it has like gay characters in it, and I don't really care how that is, but it has an interesting storyline to it, so that's how I did it.
Hmm, it's interesting. Um, I've been following your album here, and I've noticed that only a couple of your songs have lyrics. Is there any reasons to that, or?
You know, reason why it's because I didn't have like resources of songs to actually produce lyrics for it, and some of them actually are better without the lyrics that some people have said. So,
No, I do agree with that. If someone wanted to buy your album, how would they go about doing that?
well, they would have to either go to my Fur Affinity page, or they can. I'll have some links in the description below here to give them kind of what they have to do and where they can find the album. It'll be released as as it said on September 25th, 2015, and it will be on Bandcamp, iTunes, Spotify, everywhere.
Wow,
This is going to be the biggest fucking furry album that I've ever created.
that sounds awesome. Do you think Slias will approve of it?
You know, since he's not even catching on, I don't even know if he'll even find out that I even did that. It would be hilarious if someone just gave him a shout on his page saying, "Hey, Cyberhound made an album based on one of your comics. Go check it out." And then if he buys my album, I will literally flip my shit.
Hey, maybe you guys can help.
Maybe.
Um, so who are all the characters in your album?
There's Alex, there's Kaylin, and then there's Russell and Jules, the four main characters of the whole entire comic.
Nice. Why the name roommates? What made you come up with that name, or did you just pull it from the comic?
You know, it took me a few nights to, I did like a few nights of just, banging my head against the wall, just trying to think of a name for it. And my album artist and I, we talked for over like this is weeks before even we thought of doing it. This is like only a couple of days after I released my newest single in July, Spirits. That we A couple of days later we just started talking about how we're going to do this and how he wants the album art done, and we even talked about it even weeks before Furries of America came out, because this is going to be like the first studio album that we Cybersound Productions have ever made. So we wanted to make it awesome, and of course when he sent me the photo, he even called me on Google Hangouts, and I literally watched him make the album art, and it was just amazing. And then I posted it on Fur Affinity, and everyone just got so fucking hyped.
Wow, that does sound like it would get a lot of people hyped.
Yeah.
Will there possibly be Will there possibly be a chance of a roommates 2?
I am I've been thinking about that, of having a side B to the album, but I'm not thinking that's going to happen until like maybe probably next year.
Ah, okay. We were talking a lot about this being an album, but say somebody had like really had the hots per se for one particular song, would they be able to buy just that individual song?
Oh yeah, they will be able to, yeah, they'll be able to do that on iTunes and Bandcamp. Yeah, they can just click on the individual song that they want, and people who have bought songs from iTunes stores should know that. It's a no-brainer.
Awesome. Are you proud about the how roommates turned out?
How roommates started out, first of all, I didn't hear it until my second year into the furry fandom, and then one of my ex-boyfriends I had in the past sent me a link and said, "Read this comic," and I clicked the link, and I just started reading, and I was just like, "What the am I reading?" And then, like, 2 days later, I just started reading it again, and ever since then, I just been reading the comic over and over again.
Is there anything you could pull from that comic?
There's a lot of porn in it. Besides that, it has a kind of a romantic side to it, but it kind of shows that what it's like to be in college with a roommate, with college jock boys nagging the shit out of you.
You nervous at all about the release date or what your fans may think of it?
What I've been getting so far is positive results, because when I leaked out Spectrum, everyone loved it. Okay, everyone loved it on the first day. I had over 200 views on that on my
Wow.
fan page, and then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make a lyric video for this, and so I did that. The problem was, um, my computer crashed,
Oh
and all
no.
of the data on the lyric video from the first time making it, I spent 8 hours working on it all morning, all night, and all morning. It was gone, so I had to quickly redo that. And then finally, when I got it done, some of the lyrics were kind of off, but it was a great lyric video for my first lyric video ever made.
That sounds really awesome. Really awesome. Sorry to hear that you had a bunch of trouble
Oh yeah,
though.
fuck was 8.
Besides this album, do you have any plans for possibly other albums?
Yeah, I'm having Cammy Dream Wolf come into the talk to me over of we actually been talking for the past couple weeks now for her to make the album art for my Halloween part of the season. It's going to be like a short kind of EP extended play, and then I'm going to come out with a single for Christmas, and then I'm not going to be making music until February again to release my Memories album that I am making for a very good friend of mine. And then after that, it's just going to be up to what I think or what should happen next.
You have any thoughts or ideas about what will happen next?
You know, I've given it some thought. I stayed up late at night, not getting any sleep, and then, but it's just like you got to bang your head against the wall to just, get it across.
Oh, okay. Well, that I believe is about sums it up for my questions. So thanks for video chatting with me. Right? Thanks.
You're welcome.
Zoom out here. Well, that just about wraps up this video. This is Flip the Husky signing out.